What inspired us to write Life in Full Motion is a story that Jesus says in the Bible in Luke 15, the story of the prodigal son. There was a man that had two sons who still lived with him. One day, the youngest son decided to turn his back on the father and walk away from him. The son goes and lives life the way that he wanted. But after some time, he hits rock bottom and realizes the mistake they had made. So he decides to go back home, not knowing if the father would accept him back. As he's walking home, the father sees him in the distance and runs towards him. He hugs his son and says, "My son, you were lost but now you're found. You were dead but now you are alive." He welcomes his son back home. That is the perfect representation of God's love towards us. God is on the rescue mission to get his kids back. No matter how far away you may feel from God because of the bad stuff that you've done or the bad things that have happened to you, God wants us to be in a relationship with him. Not that we can do it on our own, but God has made it possible. He made it possible through Jesus. You see, like the youngest son in the story, we have all turned our back on God and decided to live life as we want. We have all sinned against God. That's a problem. But because God is a loving Father, He provided a solution to this problem called sin. The solution is Jesus. The cross was necessary because that was the only way that the gap caused by sin could be fixed. That's how much He loves us. It cost Him His life, everything, so that we could go from death to life. But the story doesn't end there. Jesus came back to life 3 days later. We call it resurrection. Because of that, we can have new life. Jesus' resurrection allows us to have new life, life to the full. And it shows that there is hope. That in the middle of the storms of life, there is hope. All we need to do is decide. All we need to say is, "Jesus, I believe that you died for me. I believe that you came back to life, and now I find my hope in you. Forgive me for turning my back on you, God. Would you take me back? I choose to live for you." We are not meant to walk on this journey alone, but there is an invitation to walk on this journey with Him. Life with Jesus is the only way that we can have life in full motion. Life in full motion is life with Jesus.